welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you today. And today's pick a card topic is all about the person that you're meant to be in this lifetime. Who are you meant to be? What is meant to happen to you? What are you meant to achieve in this lifetime? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the Hierophant, pile number 2 with the Chariot, and pile number 3 with the Queen of Swords. So whichever pile or piles you're feeling called to, there may be messages waiting from Spirit, and my timestamps are listed below. I want to take a moment to thank my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to drop your comment below any of my readings this month for your chance to win a free tarot reading with me. And if you're new to the channel, we would love to have you join our beautiful soul family by subscribing to the channel, hitting your like button, your notification bell, and dropping a comment under any of my readings this month for your chance to win as well. Even an emoji is fine. You can also check out my link below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And the shop does sell it quickly, but I do update it every day, so be sure to check back. So pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, who are you meant to be in this lifetime? Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the beautiful Hierophant card, and this is your reading. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime? What is meant to happen to you? What are you meant to build for yourself? This Hierophant energy is a huge, huge energy. So if you were drawn to this pile, I feel like there's a powerhouse inside of you that you haven't even tapped into yet. There could be a spiritual aspect to your journey here. So you could even be somebody that is seeking out the spiritual realm as far as your career, perhaps as well, moving down the line. But this is about your awakening, and your awakening into realizing who you actually are, what you are meant to be. And it's something very, very powerful. But that means that you're going to probably hit challenges and obstacles to achieve this goal. But everything that you're going to be asked to kind of be put through or persevere through is going to be well worth this position of power. This is talking about positions that you're going to hold that are going to demand respect. This is leadership positions for you. And again, there's a spiritual undertone to the Hierophant. And it kind of reminds me of the Magician too. So I feel like there's an entrepreneurial path in line with you as well, pile 1, where you could be kind of creating your own version of life, creating your own job, creating something of your own to empower yourself. Again, I keep getting a very strong message about spiritual development and leadership roles. So let's see what your tarot is going to bring forward. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime? Pile number 1. You could be a Taurus energy with the Hierophant. Oh, I'm sending them flying around the room. 4 of Pentacles here. Taking away my dog's hair from the table. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse position. Now, there's like a huge deviation between this energy and this energy. So you may be asking yourself, or saying to yourself, this person's crazy. There's no way that I'm going to reach this point of comfort, of confidence, of position, when I'm already operating from such a vulnerable aspect or such a vulnerable mindset. But there's something about your experiences that have set the groundwork for why you're going to be so successful in the first place. It's like you're going to be drawing upon your experiences to create more growth. It's like you're learning how to ascend beyond this vulnerability mindset. You're learning how to manifest. We have the 3 of Swords coming out. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime, please? Pile number 1. The King of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. 3 of Wands. And there's something very powerful about the fuel that's getting you to your destination, pile 1, because this is the fuel. Your past energy of disappointment, heartbreak, which is all temporary, it's what's going to give you the understanding, the awareness to transmute this energy and to refine it into the expansion of the 3 of Wands. It's like you're going to be drawing from your past in order to ascend your future. The King of Wands is also a perfect entrepreneur. And this is a path that is destined for you, pile 1. Here's the Sun, and there's the Queen of Wands. I love this so much. It's going to be through some of the things that you even experienced as a child, some of the vulnerability and what you've gone through, what you've survived, that is going to set the stage for your empowerment. And I feel like you're utilizing everything that you've experienced in this vulnerable aspect, this fear of change, things that happened in your home realm when you were a child specifically, that's going to help you to reestablish that energy. And it's like you're taking Play-Doh and you're taking something unsavory and you're making it into something good. So it's like you're drawing from your experience. You could be moving into some type of spiritual counseling position. And again, this is in alignment with you. There's something that can't hold you back, and you're spiritually protected in this pathway because it's destined for you. Even in the hardships and the disappointments that you experienced, the heartbreak in the past, it's something that was purposeful to almost light a fire underneath growth. You could have experienced a lot of lack of financial abundance in your past too. And again, this was all contrast that was necessary for you to be able to expand your spiritual experience and to implement the spiritual experience into the practical 3D. Because in this case, I feel like your career realm and your enlightenment realm are very closely aligned. You could, as I said, you could be using the spiritual realm to make money in the future. You could be using the spiritual realm as like a launching pad towards your success, because you're going into a leadership role and it's like you're at the helm of this. You're not working for other people. You're at the helm of this. And it's through your own vulnerability that you're going to showcase empowerment to other people. I feel like you might be like up on a stage or something. I feel like you're going to stand in front of people to reveal what took a while to be revealed to you. It's like you're helping people reveal their own truths, their own hidden wisdom codes, because you've experienced it, because you've now been able to grasp onto the vulnerability that's necessary to carry yourself towards abundance. It's like you're going to be standing in front of people. And this could be on the internet. This could be on an actual stage. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 9 of Swords. But now they're showing me the Star of Aquarius. They're showing that this overthinking, this worry, and karmic trenches that you perhaps dug for yourself in the past was setting a framework. It was like setting the stage for you. We have the 7 of Wands and we have the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like what's going to initiate this process for you, however, into this spiritual growth is your necessity for financial gain. So you may start a spiritual practice before you even feel confident about the path that you're taking in the spiritual practice. It could be the inspiration behind the movement. But what you're going to find as you journey down this pathway, that it's so far separated from finances, it's like that's not the priority anymore. It's like once you attain that financial abundance, that won't be the priority anymore, and you're going to understand why this financial abundance that's going to come in secondary will be secondary to the abundance. They're talking about you executing a plan that might cost you a little bit of money, but just a little bit. Like they're talking about entrepreneurial energies that are driving you forward to expansion. And again, this inspiration will reveal itself slowly over time, or has been revealing itself slowly over time. And for some, the inspiration behind wanting to be a helper in this field or wanting to take back control is because you've suffered. You've suffered financially, you've suffered with a lack of vulnerability mindset. It made you fearful, it made you overthink. But because of those experiences, you've learned and you've grown. You have the Black Newman. And they're talking about divine feminine energy, really tapping into the divine feminine intuition and preparing for changes in your life. They're talking about you almost being an oracle. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. Not everyone will be on a spiritual journey towards guidance, but I just heard oracle for someone. And I also heard imposter syndrome. So you may kind of suffer through that during this phase or during this process of your becoming. You may suffer from imposter syndrome, but that's a trigger from the lack mindset, the vulnerability that you're coming from, the disappointment that you've experienced here. And they are talking about financial growth for you on this path as well. So this beautiful path, the person that you're meant to be, is this Hierophant energy, is the beautiful sunshine, is seeing things in the full spectrum and revealing the truth to yourself about your power and your ability to manifest and control and to create the version of life, the version of yourself that lights you up inside. And you're going to be expressing this to other people. You're going to be sharing your information. There's a beautiful aspect about you giving to others who are also suffering from this perspective right this moment. So you are going to be an oracle, or you're going to be a spiritual guidance system. And I feel like you're going to be talking to masses of people. Again, whether it be on the internet or whether it be in physical person. We have the 10 of Cups. And there's the 8 of Wands reversed with the 2 of Pentacles. This can feel like frustrating delays with the 8 of Wands reversed. So you may feel like you're being held back right now from your true purpose, and you may not even feel like you know which direction you should start in. But that's what Spirit wants you to start with. Here is the full spectrum of the 10 of Cups. The Sun will start the process with the vulnerability that's required. They're talking about you stepping outside the expectations of the collective as well. So perhaps deviating from the traditional work realm, deviating from traditional belief systems to execute clarity, because they say it's going to be a vulnerable path towards that clarity, and sometimes it's going to feel lonely, but the truth is that you are finding your soul tribe. You're finding the people that are in alignment with your belief systems. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime? Pile number 1. We have the Indian bean. We have the U on the back of the deck, and this is coming from the Wisdom of the Tree Oracle. We're going to start with the U on the back of this deck. If I can find it in my book. Now with the U on the back of the deck, it talks about regeneration and a potent time of rebirth for you, in which you're going to be shedding parts of your life that are no longer serving you. It's a time of stillness and contemplation as you reconnect with your spiritual beliefs. And I do feel like the path that's meant for you is you realigning yourself with your own specific spiritual beliefs, and then launching yourself, your ideas, your inspirations from that perspective, because you may have adopted other people's lack mindsets, which have brought you down a path that has showcased that mindset to you in the 3D. It's like if we don't know who we are, the collective will tell us from birth who we are, and then we'll take on the belief systems of other people. And if we keep fueling our focus towards their belief system, the universe has no choice but to give us examples of that. And so there's something here about you regenerating yourself. The Indian bean is all about vitality. The best ways to heal yourself at the moment is to embrace every day with enthusiasm and to get the most benefit from it. Treat the people you meet with respect and an open heart, and you're going to be meeting and crossing paths with so many different people. This pathway is going to help you cross paths with all sorts of collaborators who are also seeking the same type of revelation, rebirth, awareness, and abundance that you yourself are going to be manifesting. So you're going to be this beautiful example of what focus and drive and enthusiasm can take someone in their spiritual journey. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime, please, Spirit? We have here the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany and explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. And the gypsy traveler is like a nomad. You know, they follow the tides, they follow the seasons. And so there's something about you following a path less traveled now, because the gypsies are not something that we, when we think of the gypsy energy, we don't think about the collective energy in the present. So that you're kind of stepping outside of the collective expectations in this Odyssey, but it's your journey. It's very specific. We have heart healing. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. And ultimately, that's what I feel like you're going to be bringing to yourself. And then you're going to be extrapolating that healing and that directional path. It's almost like a roadmap that you set for people. You could even be maybe formulating some type of spiritual course, some type of spiritual awakening. It's through the heart center. So you could be working with chakra healing and clearances for different chakra systems as well. So please take that as it resonates. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases that you can find peace within the strangest of places. And this is the crux of your message, Pile 1, because where you are meant to be led, this pathway here, we feel like the past and everything that we suffer through is fruitless. We lament it quite a bit, but it's going to be through what we have experienced that's going to give us hope and give other people hope as well, because of where you're coming from and what you've overcome. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 1, please. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime? Oops. Well, we have a card and a charm that fell out of my bowl. And the charm is the fish. I just heard, what would Jesus do? So maybe you're coming from a really strict sort of Christian religion as well. You're going to be stepping away from that perspective. But they are also talking about using Jesus as a tool. So everything you've learned in a Christian religion, you may be utilizing in spiritual practice. We have the 3 of Swords. Also think of Pisces energy and going with the flow. 9 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Now this 9 of Pentacles is talking about some financial setbacks that you've reached in your life. You may have recently, in the recent past, experienced the apex of that, like you may be really struggling. This is causing setbacks and envy and jealousy to root inside of your heart space, contributing to the disappointment that you're experiencing. But there's this kind of a knock at the door of the heart space here from your intuition. It's trying to get your attention here. They're talking about not dependently looking towards the outside of things for the solution, when the solution is actually in the heart space. And with this sword energy, they're showing me a thorn in the heart. And they say that we have a choice when we get thorns in our hearts. We can ignore the thorn and try to create space so nobody touches it, nobody exacerbates it, nobody nudges it to create even more pain for ourselves, which is just going to fester. Or we can take the thorn out through that self-exploration, through shadow work. And so they're encouraging that as well. But you're also going to be helping people with their own shadow work. You're going to be removing thorns. You're going to be removing thorns and teaching them how to listen to the notes of intuition, because you are going to cultivate that practice for yourself in a beautiful example. You're talking about a leadership role. That's why they brought up Jesus as well. Jesus, he didn't mean to create this whole world of followers. He wanted to create an entire world of leaders. And that's what you are being drawn to, is a leadership role. We have beauty. We have A, P, and O. We have a monopoly here, a monopoly shoe, and they're talking about taking steps towards abundance. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you, and I'm praying for you. I would love for you to come back here and drop me a comment below. Even if you have to come back after the fact, I would love to hear your story. You can also check out my link below for Etsy for personal reading, and I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the beautiful Chariot energy, and this is your reading. Who are you meant to become in this lifetime? The Chariot's a very powerful energy to be drawn to. You could be a Cancer energy here, and this is a card of determination. This is a card of victory, because you will not stop. This is movement for you. You could love travel perhaps, and this could take you far. Like the Chariot energy is all about progression and movement, and sometimes, getting thrown off course every now and then, but teetering our way back to the main road and making sure that we persevere. There's this feeling about victory surrounding you already. So we're in the process with this Chariot, but victory is already being hailed over you. Like victory is your birthright. And so there's something about the purpose behind your emotional drive. You could be a very emotionally driven person, and you could be somebody that's kind of like a healer as well. There's an aspect of healing energy coming in, but there's also something about the military. So you may be coming from a military background, and this is not for everyone, but I just got a sense of like a military approach. And that could even just be the focus that you apply to a situation. Drive, focus, never giving up, leaving no man behind, so to speak. So let's take a look here. Who are you meant to become? Who are you meant to be in this lifetime, please? Pile number 2. I have a little bit of a cold, so please bear with me today. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Strength. Now they're showing rosary beads here. She's praying this rosary, so there could be a Catholic connection here. And perhaps really having to rely on your spiritual strength to be able to give yourself the permission to jump into opportunities. We have the Ace of Wands. The Star. Oh my gosh, you are a star. And there's something about the drive in your dreams. You have dreams, you have goals, like there's something very unique about you, and you know this. And so whatever your goals are, whatever you feel in your heart of hearts that brings you joy, that is your destiny. But it's also going to challenge you, because there's going to be setbacks and there's going to be naysayers, and you're going to have to tap into your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, to really defy the odds here. And you're going to defy those odds. There's this message about you being good at everything you try. If you really put your effort in, if you really put your focus towards something, you're going to be good at it. I'm also getting this impression about you being a really good friend to other people. So this could include other people in your journey as well, or you could inspire other people, because you're hungry for success. And you're not, if you're the divine feminine, it doesn't matter, because you're tapping into divine masculine energy to execute these dreams. You're not waiting for anybody to hand anything over to you. That's not you. That's not what you're made for. You are made to be the force. That's what you're made for. And they're saying that you may have to change directions in your career drastically, or change the directions and other people's expectations drastically to accomplish your truth and to accomplish your goals in life of who you were meant to be. But your higher self is saying, I know you like the back of my hand. And so these other people, they are projecting their beliefs, their hopes for you, their dreams, their expectations, and that's coming from their own heart space. I feel like you're an artist of some kind. I feel like you're some type of artist, and this has so many different faces. You could be a singer, you could be a writer, you could be a tattoo artist, you could be any type of artistic, creative force. Whatever your art is, you're supposed to execute it. They're talking about you being in two places at once. And I feel like that has to do with you being seen on the internet, maybe in videos, being seen on the internet as far as like TV or something like that. You're going to be seen. You're going to be in two places at once. So it's like you could physically be one place, but somebody's going to be watching a video of you somewhere else. And I have Padre Pio actually coming forward. And he always said, pray, hope, and don't worry. When you hit those obstacles, and that's perhaps where the Catholicism message is coming in for someone very specific. He's stepping forward to say, pray, hope, and don't worry. I feel like you already know what you're supposed to do. Excuse me. I feel like you already know what it is you're good at, what it is you want to do. The chariot knows which direction they want to go in. It's just requiring the strength to push that chariot forward. You already know who you are. Other people are going to try to step in front of you and tell you who you are in this process, but you're not going to let them. I do get a sense again of some type of military background, or you having military precision in how you execute. Focus. We have the Devil, Capricorn, and they want to highlight the Aquarius energy. They want to highlight the Capricorn energy, and not for some of the reasons that you think, but the Capricorn energy here is the hard-working energy inside of you. It's like you could be a Capricorn. You work hard. When something lights you up inside, you work hard. I'm almost even getting the sense of like somebody who works with horses, literally with horses here at the Chariot. It's like if you have a focus, if you have a desire, if you have a love in your heart for something, you'll work tirelessly at this goal, at this object of affection, until you achieve your goals. Until you achieve your goals. And here's the 10 of Cups for you. And that's what I love about these readings for you, is that they are letting you know about what's going to culminate joy in your soul. That these decisions that you make, the path that you tread, is going to accumulate to a joyful life. But they are talking about letting some things go in order to transition to the path that you want to take. Again, you might be disappointing other people because you're outside of the realm of their possibilities and their own mindset. That's not your job to jump through the hoops of other people's expectations. You might feel like you're on the defensive and you kind of have to defend your path or your goals or your dreams. And again, you're not just kind of defending it against other people. Sometimes they will trigger you, and you're creating a defense for your own truth. I'm getting this sense of like having stage fright. Even when you're the best, like even if you are the best of the best of the best, you're still going to have stage fright. And that's going to be something that you're going to have to suffer through a little bit, because you're meant to be seen. You're meant to be seen. The star is something that we look to, we wish upon. We have the Empress, beautiful. Four of Swords, Six of Cups. And to be honest with you, you've been inspired to take this path since you were small, since you were a child. And it's like when we're a child, we feel like anything is possible until other people tell us that it's not, and we start to adopt their belief system. So you've been kind of defending this dream in your heart space, this goal, since you were young. And Spirit says now it's time for us to be anointed into something more, to anoint ourselves, to give ourselves the permission. We have the Knight of Swords. And in this moment, if you haven't taken action towards this dream in your heart, the way in which you want to express yourself to the world, Spirit says, get going now. This Knight of Swords is looking back at his rider saying, why are we rushing? And the Knight of Swords says, because I've got to get going. I have to get moving. I don't want to wait until the ego has a chance to stop me again. And the ego will use every tool in its arsenal to stop you from taking the action that you're supposed to take, because it's a bottomless pit. And sometimes it'll utilize other people's voices as the voice in your head. So this Knight of Swords says it's time to take action. I just heard, get out my wake. That's what I just heard. I'm on my wave. I'm on my wave. Get out my wake. Because here's the Ten of Cups. There's the Ten of Cups. This pathway for you, Pile 2, is going to unveil the truest version of you. It's going to unveil the abundance mindset in you. It's going to help you see the full spectrum of who you actually are. It's going to show your determination, and it's going to show the world your determination. And you're such a hard worker. But again, you're going to be tested, because your confidence will be tested time and time again. We have the Eight of Swords with the Five of Wands, and this is supporting the Devil. We have the Star of Aquarius here, and there's the Hierophant. Don't hold yourself back because you're stepping outside of a practical realm. The Hierophant can sometimes represent like institutions like education, government, things like that are very practical based. If somebody said to you, okay, you're going to go into a career in law, no one in the collective would bat an eye at that. They'd be like, good choice, good choice. But if you were to tell the collective, well, you know what? I want to sing, or I want to create, or I want to write, or I want to make art, then the collective's going to say, whoa, 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 that's not safe. That's not safe. But you literally bang to the beat of your own drum. And I keep hearing that song from that movie, Vivo, where it says you're a wow in a world full of ho-hum. That's what you are. You are the Star of Aquarius. You are meant to be guiding people, but I don't feel necessarily like it's a guidance where you're taking an active role in that guidance. You're not necessarily giving people, advice. You're just being seen, and it's your presence that is inspiring other people. So there's an artistic aspect towards you. There's something creative in you. There's a star quality in you that Spirit says is there. You just need to take action upon it and tap into it, and it'll reveal itself. Once you start to align yourself with this belief and this truth about who you actually are, this truth will reveal itself in physical form. Who are you meant to become in this lifetime, please? This devil energy is attacking. This Eight of Swords is Five of Wands. This is the determination of fight through the insecurity. This is the hurdle that's facing you on your path to becoming who you're meant to become. And honestly, it's ourselves getting in our own way. It's our old perspectives that we now have to challenge. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime? For pile number 2, please. We have here perception, looking beyond the veil of illusion. You can see she's dressed in beautiful purple because you are stating your sovereignty. You are stating your sovereignty. This is going to shift your perception of yourself. It's also going to shift the collective perception of you. Because once you're standing in your position of power, nobody in the collective is going to be able to naysay your position. they're not going to have a leg to stand on. They're going to try to dismantle your pathway while you're in the process of it. We have here confusion, and we do have growth. They are talking about tearing out old expectations, like maybe walking away from career realms and other aspects that aren't showing any growth towards your goals to make the clearance for growth. They're also speaking about perhaps a shift in your company. So other people in your life from the past, they may not be joining you in this new pathway. There are going to be some people that will turn their backs on you perhaps. And again, that's okay, because the universe has a natural way of filtering out the energies that are no longer in your frequency. They just want you to surrender to what's going to be revealed to you, and the confusion and the fog will eventually lift. There will be moments where we feel and we question our path. Even when we're here with the Star of Aquarius, there's going to be moments when we question our path. But it's in those moments when our insecurity hits, when we start to question our path, that we dig in to see it through to completion. We recognize that we're only the ones getting in our own way, and we dig in and see it through. And that's what Spirit sees for you. They see you making money in this path as well. We have the Coast Redwood, which is all about growth. I love that. We have the Black Elder on the back of the deck. We're going to start with the Black Elder. This is all about abundance for you. This is beautiful. Trust in the abundance of the world around you. Concentrate on everything that you want to attract into your life, feeling and thinking as though you already have it. Give thanks for your many blessings. It says, do not take anything purely at its face value. What at first seems like a simple situation will soon reveal itself to have many complex facets. So there's so many pathways and so much ability to learn and grow through this path for you, to cultivate strength, to attack and tackle your insecurity and anything that's holding us back. Because the Coast Redwood is all about growth. Have the courage to be the person you know yourself to be. Do not be afraid to excel because you're worried about showing how exceptional you really are. Do your very best in both trivial and important matters. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to get going. They want you to get active. Don't be afraid to be successful. Don't be afraid to succeed because you're worried about outshining the people in your life in the present. Those people will naturally fall away from your experience, and you will align yourself with people on your frequency. Pile number 2, please. What are you meant to be? Who are you meant to be in this lifetime? Bless this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or Sage will clear the air. Making clearance for growth. And we have a moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. And I just got this message that, you know, if you do something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's what I feel like. You are accessing something that you're already so good at, that's already a virtue in you, that's already a beautiful aspect of your personality, and you're going to monetize it, and you're going to put yourself out there. And this is going to make you feel very vulnerable, perhaps. Being seen makes you feel vulnerable, but you're meant to be seen. And so they're talking about how this moment of joy that other people just get a little taste of, you get to do it for a living. We have the nomadic water lies deep inside, so take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. I do feel like your career that stems from this outcome is going to require a lot of travel for you. So whatever it is that you're executing, whatever talents you have, you may have to do some traveling in order to really fulfill your purpose, which is very exciting. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2 in the bowl. The Chariot, Cancer energy. We have a lot of Aquarius here as well. Leo energy, Taurus. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Don't give up when you experience some delays. There's going to be a natural sort of rite of passage. I do feel like there's like paying of dues, or it's like there's going to be some frustrating delays that are part of this experience. And the reason why they're here is so that you can gain mastery over it, and so that you don't give up. So that you don't let those setbacks hold you back, and that you keep focused on your goals here. Here's the Chariot energy. Again, cultivating strength that we need to create in order to push our chariot in the direction of our desires. So your dreams are going to come true as long as you don't give up. We have lightning, permanent changes of opinions, people's opinions of you and your opinions of other people. You can't go back once you kind of take this leap and this launch. We have the Two of Wands, so expansion, and sweet results that await you both financially, but I also feel like they're going to have to sacrifice some old relationships. 2 honeybees, lots and lots of sweet results, lots of abundance. The letter R. We do have the Seahorse for the divine feminine, so surrendering to what's going to be revealed to you. And here's the key with the heart. So unlocking your truth, letting yourself be seen. Whoops. That is what I have for you today, pile 2. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below. And I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the beautiful Queen of Swords, and this is your reading. Who are you meant to be in this lifetime? This beautiful Queen of Swords is a leader. That's all she is. She's a leader. She's got a beautiful voice. What she has to say is important. There's education surrounding her. There's just something about what she has to express and the creative force inside of her that needs to be released, and the collective needs it. So this could be an indicator of some beautiful, beautiful things to come. And they're showing the snowy owl because it's like you don't even see it coming. You don't hear it coming. When an owl swoops down, it's like a soundless flight. So you don't even see all of this coming, perhaps. Maybe you haven't really attached yourself to the reality of what has to be done, but let's take a look here. This is a leadership role. This is leadership quality. Sometimes the Queen of Swords is a perfect entrepreneur as well. So let's see, who are you meant to be? We have the Hanged One, the Burdock. There's an interesting message with this Burdock coming out as well. We have the Ten of Fire. There's something about needing to get something out, like needing to express something to kind of relieve myself of the pressure. It's like there could be something inside of you that needs to be shared with the world, that needs to be shared in general. Just feeling the sense of like a purge that's necessary. There's lots of things that you're preserving, and this could be ideas or stories or just something that you're preserving right now. It's like we're preserving it for a later date, some of our goals, some of our talents. Six of Cups. We have the Tower. Yeah, and we're taking too long to execute here. The Tower here with the mushroom is talking about slow growth. There, and it's like a slow on the upkeep. It's like we're not listening to the notes of intuition. We've had lots of great ideas, but maybe we haven't figured out that we can execute these ideas and really turn it into my calling in some way. We have here the Five of Wands, and we have the Three of Swords. And I want to clarify this as we go forward. There's a message with the Burdock with the Hanged One, because Burdock is grown. So Burdock is very invasive. So once it invades, it depletes the soil. It takes all of the nutrients out of the soil. Once they take the leaves of the burdock and they replenish the soil by composting the leaves and putting it back into the soil, then all of a sudden the soil is fertile again, but the irony is that the burdock can't thrive anymore and it dies off. So there's something here about that message about recognizing something that we now need to recognize, that the conditions that we're in, we're no longer thriving in. The conditions that we're in and the inspirations that we've had in the past have inspired us to create growth, and maybe we've surrendered too long to the wrong environment, and we're no longer thriving in that environment. We can't, maybe we've given all we can to that environment, but there's no return dividend. We don't get any sort of dividends back. But we may also be afraid to step away from a comfort zone with all of our great ideas that we are preserving, with all of our inspiration, because maybe we're afraid that we're not good enough, or it's like we're questioning our value, we're questioning our worth. We're afraid to kind of really take a shot, because what if we take the shot and then we're wrong and we can't go back to the comfort zone that we've been sitting in? And this could be a career or even just a mindset. It's It's like you've been sleeping on intuitive messages that Spirit says need to be executed. And they say that the reason why you're not executing your truth or speaking your truth in some way is because of this heartbreak, this pain, challenges, being afraid of being seen, being afraid of disappointment. But I feel like there's a writer in you, or it's somebody who's creative, who's using their voice to create something. This could be a teacher or leadership role that you're taking as well. We have the Seven of Pentacles. I also feel like you have a lot of missions that you don't even realize. I feel like you have a motherhood or fatherhood mission as well. Children perhaps are a focus for you in this moment, and you don't know how you're going to execute your dreams plus that dream. But Spirit says you can have it all. You are meant to be some type of parent, or you're meant to guide children in some type of leadership role. And so when we take on like a motherhood or a fatherhood role with children, sometimes that doesn't mean that there are children. Of course, it absolutely can mean that they are, but it's the ways in which we're going to be asked to be generous with children. It's like you can guide children. You can guide them in some way. And again, I feel like somebody's a writer, so please take that as it resonates. They just showed me Harry Potter. And you know what a huge influence that book series has had over millions of children around the world. It made people, some children inspired them to write themselves. And so there's just something about you inspiring children. And I do feel like children could be a part of your life as well, as far as like children in your relationships. You have the Queen of Swords. You have the Four of Pentacles. And I feel like what really stops you from really executing some of these gifts and talents is your fear that maybe you won't be financially supported if you do. If you threw all your eggs into this basket of hope, will you be financially supported and, you know, physically supported? But they say that the financial fears that you hold within your heart space have less to do with your financial fears and more to do with your fear of not being supported in general. It's like maybe you are the person that everybody comes to for support, and you've never felt like you can exhale in a support system. So that gives you a fear of the unknown. We have the Five of Swords. And every time your intuition tries to tell you, to prompt you to act, to prompt you to listen, the conflict of the ego is going to come in and say, yeah, but what about this? What about your fears? What if now's not the time? What if, what if, what if, what if? And that's just going to add and contribute to your weight of the world. But what if you were generous with your goals? What if your expectations of failure were not matched? What if then? And that's what Spirit wants you to say to your ego every time it tells you what could go wrong. They want you to tell your ego what could go right. Can we clarify that Tower energy, please? We have the Four of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. And there's the Page of Wands. This path, and there's the Nine of Pentacles. This path that you are on, Spirit says if you actually explore it and you give in to the, like they're talking about the fear versus the reward, because we won't ever be able to launch ourselves with no fear. It's just going to be present. So we just have to learn how to master that emotion. And the very least, master our reaction to it. Because they say that if you explore this path, if you eliminate the distractions that your ego is trying to implement towards you, you're going to make it in a financial realm. You're going to be in an enviable position that other people are looking to with envy and saying, how did they get there? I want to get where they've gotten. And that's where your inspiration comes in for other people. So as long as you eliminate the distractions that have been holding you back from implementing this idea, and it almost feels, again, like a book or something, and it doesn't have to be a book, you can relate it to your situation, but I'm getting this strong, intensive feeling about writing, about expressing my truth in some sort of physical way like that, and being published. This path is going to lead you to a secure position. But that's secondary. I'm sorry, I have a cold, so please bear with me. I'm just going to pause you to take a drink. Sorry about that. That path is, honestly, that's secondary. The financial abundance that I see coming in for you isn't what Spirit's concerned about. They're concerned about the abundance that you receive. They're concerned about your growth, your emotional growth, your satisfaction overall. your ability to overcome your own fears by releasing them, and having faith in your dream and what you have been called to do. They say that you don't have to accept where you are in life, but you can choose to, if that is your choice. But they will walk with you if you feel like you can execute this belief, this dream. And they say you don't have to jump all in. They're not showing the fool. You can ease yourself into this situation. They just want you to put yourself out there. And if you have created something that you've been sitting upon, because I feel like there's almost something that's already completed or very close to completion. And it's this situation that maybe we're putting off completing it. Maybe we're just at the last stages and we just haven't been able to finalize something. Maybe we start all sorts of great ideas, but we never execute them in fullness. And that's what Spirit's asking you to do. Don't be afraid with the travel that this brings you on. With the Tower energy, this does talk about permanent changes for you, but it's also speaking about a permanent change in your perception of what you're holding on to. Maybe things aren't terrible in the realm that you're sitting in, but it's not where your heart is singing. It's not where your abundance lies. And so this is challenging you to step outside of that comfort zone to really attack that aspect of unnecessary acceptance. We even have acceptance on the back of the deck. But you can see in this card that she has cherry pie. Her name is Cherry. But in the guidebook, this card says she doesn't even like cherry pie. She's accepting it because that's all that's available to her, but she doesn't even like cherry pie. But perhaps the dislike of the cherry pie is the contrast that's being implemented from her higher self to get her activated to react in a new realm and to put her talents forward. I just feel like your talents is in your leadership, in your voice, in your ability to create, in your ability to write. So please take that as it resonates. But there's so much abundance waiting for you when you execute your voice in some way. And you are meant to do this. And you will know that it's a path for you because it will challenge you, but it's also going to start to bring in the practical forms of abundance as the physical representation of that growth. Spiritual signs of inclination, you are walking through the passages of your transformation right this moment. I feel like almost like somebody wrote a children's book or is writing for children. So again, take that as it resonates. Or children will be inspired by what you've written. Young people. And don't be afraid to start. Begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. 3 of Cups. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups and happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. They're also talking about you aligning yourself with other people on your frequency and really finding your soul tribe. Finding friends. Finding new people to hang out with. Finding new people to kind of bounce ideas back and forth. And I see collaboration coming in for you with other people as well in the career realm that this leads you down. But again, spirits, they're less about the career realm and more about you exercising your voice and using that voice as an example to serve for other people, helping to inspire other people. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. What were you meant to be? We have the Strength. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Hanged Man. Spirit says because of a fear, we've created some frustrating delays here. This is going to require us moving away from our comfort zone, away from a career realm, perhaps eventually, away from a comfort zone, away from the expectations of other people. And we're going to have to tap into our strength to really put ourselves out there in a very singular way. The Hanged Man starts your reading. The Hanged Man's in your bowl, and Spirit wants to ask you, what are you surrendering to in this moment? Are you surrendering to old investments? Are you ready to plant some new seeds? I just heard clear out the seed of your soul. We have the a chain of events that will affect your life. We do have the Hanger upside down, so there's a victim mentality and a fear of change. But we have the Honeybee, sweet results that await you. We have the Hearts together in their reverse. This could mean the end of relationships that maybe you have suffered from in the past. We have here putting in the effort and not self-sabotaging yourself. We have the Why. They're also talking here about divine masculine energy that has affected your work ethic or affected your focus. We have a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not bear false witness. It's like, I will be honest with myself and other people. I will be honest with myself about my capabilities. and my greatness. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading. Be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for the private reading or the personal reading if you get chosen for the free tarot reading. You can also check out my link for Etsy for personal reading if you feel called to. And I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day.